Hi, my name is Jared Beiswinger. I'm going to introduce you to a variant that I made for Merchant of Venus, the original Avalon Hill edition. I made my own copy of Merchant of Venus when it was out of print using Michael Christopher's excellent redesign, and it looks great and I was really happy with how it came out, but every time I played it, it seemed a little bit dated, and there were a few things like, you know, if you didn't get the pilot number you needed, or just rolling low numbers, or maybe having to stay on a planet to do extra trading because you couldn't trade everything you needed to. Some of those things felt a little bit punishing. It felt like, you know, you lost a turn, and I never liked that feeling. It's kind of like in, you know, Uno, when you got skipped on your turn, you don't get to do anything. So I was inspired by a few of my favorite games like Race for the Galaxy and Mage Knight, where you have some multi-use cards and you have to puzzle out what to use each card for and how you can use them to get the best effect. So I tried to bring that into my variant, into Merchant of Venus, so let's take a look and see how the variant's played. The Merchant of Venus pilot deck variant uses 3 decks of cards, one for each type of ship. The Scout and the Transport will actually use the same deck of cards, and each has 10 cards in it, and the cards will be used for movement, for navigation, or for trade. So at the beginning of the game, you'll start out with the Scout Transport deck. Every player will have their own deck. You'll shuffle them up, and you'll make a draw deck. You'll deal yourself 6 cards, and each card will have several different uses. For example, this card can be used for 4 movement, indicated by the 4 rocket ships. It can be used as a pilot number of 2, or it can be used for 1 trade. So for example, on your turn, you could play this card as a pilot number. When played as a pilot number, it cannot be used for its movement value or its trade, contrary to the original game. I could also play these 3 cards for a total of 5 movement and move as if I rolled 5 on the dice. And lastly, I could place that card for 1 trade. Now in the variant, you don't get automatic trades when you arrive at a city or a planet. You only get as many trades as you played. So in this example, 1 trade would mean I could buy 1 good, I could sell 1 good, I could buy 1 equipment, or I could pick up 1 passenger. Once you finish taking your turn, you'll take all the cards that you've played, put them into a discard pile. If you have any cards remaining that you have not played, you can choose to keep them or you can discard them. Either way, you'll draw up to 6 cards from your deck. If you run out of cards, you'll shuffle your discard pile, which you'll be doing often, and make sure you have 6 cards in your hand, and then you can begin planning for your next turn. Now, you'll notice that if you draw your cards before your turn starts, we've actually eliminated the movement direction declaration at the beginning of the turn. And so that removes some of the tension in not knowing whether you'll be able to arrive at your destination. But we feel the speed of play is so fast and so much more enjoyable to have something to do when it's not your turn, that we really like having a hand of cards to look at while everyone else is playing. And then when your turn comes around, you can already have all those cards played and ready to go. We've actually found that the slowest thing while using this variant is replenishing the market board with goods and demand. And I'm actually considering adding a future market track so that you can actually see what's coming up as far as goods and demand. And you can even take your turn simultaneously with the person before you if you know that their turn's not going to impact yours. I hope you enjoyed the overview. Obviously there are more rules. There's a file on BoardGameGeek that gives you a full rules description, and the print and play files are also up there. You can find those using the links in the description below. My favorite part of Merchant of Venus is the hidden setup, the exploration, the route building, and I think that the pilot deck variant really gets you that whole experience faster and with a little less frustration. It's just a little bit more fun. You can play with more players, and we can't play it without this variant now that we've started. So I hope you check it out, you give it a try. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. And thank you for watching.